Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So yes, I'm very aware that I'm wearing the same clothes that was in the last video. No, I haven't sat in these clothes. I have to do videos back to back sometimes because with working, it's just trying to find the time, and sometimes I'm so tired, I just can't do a video. So when I have the energy to do it, or I have a couple of hours, I'm like, right, get some videos out. And that is what's happening. So this one has just been recorded after the one I've done from Monday. So yeah, this is about their relationship. So as you know, most of you know by now, their relationship is being everywhere. I am going to be talking about their relationship, which I have done before, and I'm going to go back over some of the things that I've said, and I'm going to refer to the things that are coming up in the media. And then I've also got some interesting photographs for you at the end, where I was contacted by a lovely subscriber who actually went and visited their house, their place. And so we're going to talk about that literally towards the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And in the meantime, you should know what to do by now. Grab your drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be a glass of milk, whether you're sitting in the garden with a cold glass of lemonade. And yes, I apologize to all Americans for me saying, do you have lemonade? Please, I was having a brain fart menopausal moment because I've actually drunk lemonade in Australia. No, I've never been to Australia. In America, I don't know what I was thinking. My only thing is that the lemonade that we have here is completely different, really, to the lemonade that you have over there. It's kind of like homemade lemonade, whereas our lemonade is manufactured. It's white, it's clear, it's fizzy. It's like Sprite, but we call it lemonade. And I think that's what I was thinking. But I said that out loud because the amount of comments that come back going, what are you thinking? We have lemonade in the States. And as I'm reading these comments, I'm like, oh my God, I know you have lemonade. I've drunk it there. I have strawberry lemonade. What am I talking about? So please forgive me. I do have these menopausal brain fart moments where I will say stupid things, and I will say things that make zero sense, make up my own words, and just absolutely sometimes come across like I'm batshit. So please forgive me for any Americans that I've offended saying, do you have lemonade? I know you do. I've drunk it. I apologise. I'm blaming the menopause. So yeah. So if you would like to sit in your garden with a cold glass of lemonade, whether it be the manufactured version or your wonderful homemade version over there, then please do. Or you'd like to add a little something to that drink of choice, because as I always say, and my flag says behind me, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab your drink and let's dive right in. So their relationship, there are so many things coming out at the moment, which is talking about their marriage is on the rocks. They are distancing themselves from each other. Harry is sleeping in a completely separate area. He's at these bungalows, or he's staying in a hotel on his own. Well, all I want to say to those people, the media that are talking about this now, thank you for getting here, because I have been saying this for probably over a year. I've always said these two are not together romantically. They have a business arrangement, which they only probably got together when they needed to film their mockuseries, when they needed to do certain things that they committed to. Then they would come together. Whenever they see circulated their marriage is on the rocks or something, so there's a problem, up they pop together. And that's kind of how they've played this. So I've been saying this for a while, you know, and it's interesting now that other people, Lady C is coming out and talking about it. Other people are coming out and talking about it. And I'm just like sitting here with my popcorn going, yeah, I know. I've been saying this from the beginning. This is not a relationship based on love. And the reason I know that is because I understand about relationships with people like Harry and people like Meghan. These are not harmonious, healthy relationships. It's impossible to have and stay together with a narcissist unless you are somebody that is being so controlled which I know some of you have had that experience, myself included, but I didn't stay with mine very long. But a lot of people, especially if they have children, they feel that they have to stay. However, these are just people that are just not like people like you and I. These are not high profile people that have the means and the money to go and escape and do whatever. You know, Harry is seen more often on his own than he is with them together. And when they are seen together, there's things that come out about them arguing or something comes up. And I think he's had enough. I think he sees, when you've only got to look at the footage of this alleged catastrophic lie that become the car chase. And you see Meghan is grinning. Doria looks unbothered. Actually looks, I mean, people are saying she's looking at her phone, but she almost looks like asleep. But Harry looks stressed. He's filming, so I wouldn't say he's scared, but he looks stressed. So this possibly tells me that she's orchestrated this, and she's done what she's always done, I believe, and that's just utilised his paranoia and his frustration with the paparazzi. I think she plays those mind games with him. That's why I think she did the walk recently, bringing Marcus Anderson out, because Harry will know that Marcus Anderson is reeled out for certain things. You know, he will know the type of connection that she has with him. We haven't seen Meghan with Marcus since the very beginning. When she was first grooming Harry, which is what I kind of feel like it is, she was grooming Harry. She was seen out with him a lot in the same vicinity. Now, all of a sudden, the rumours are circulating that there's problems in the relationship, and then up pops Marcus Anderson again. He's seen again. He was there at this fake award that she went to. He's with them now. That tells us there's problems. She hasn't been seen wearing her engagement ring the last couple of times. He wasn't wearing his wedding ring on one. I think when he first got out of the taxi when he was in the UK, apparently he had it on, but then for some reason he took it off. And that tells me that that's purposeful. You know, maybe, and I wonder if it's like they play these, I think they're playing these games with each other. It's like she'll take off her engagement ring, he'll take off his wedding ring. It's almost as if it's this toxic, I know the media are going to pick up on that. You know, are they going to speculate about our relationship? And I think where Meghan's concerned, people have said, oh, she won't dump him until she's met somebody else. I think she's got someone else in the background. That was why when you had the kiss cam, she put her hand up to playfully rebuff him. Like I say, plausible deniability. It was like, oh no, I was just playing. But actually, that's probably because somebody's going to be watching. And she doesn't want them to think that she's actually in love with Harry, not being seen out and about without her without her engagement ring. And I think Harry, because she does that, I think Harry is very childish enough to play the same game. It's like, well, fine, I won't wear my wedding ring then. It'll get picked up by the paparazzi, but not really many people did. And I think they're just playing this game with each other because they're both as toxic and childish as each other. But the thing is with Meghan, she won't be done with him until she's done with him. This is not a phase. Devaluing is a phase when she's devaluing him, like she devalues him on the kiss cam. She devalues him when she's kind of done what she's done. And this even goes back to the polo match. If you remember the polo match kiss, and I'll put the picture up here, where she pretends to kiss him. And people were saying, oh, it's very controlling, which narcissists are very controlling. But again, she does this thing where if you look at the alignment of where her lips would be and Harry's, it's like, I think that she's just kind of almost grabbed his face, and because she's gone along and she's kissed on the cheek, all the polo players, gets to Harry, and she hides kissing him. Whereas when you look in the beginning of their relationship, there was none of that. She wasn't hiding kissing him because she needed to. I think this has been happening for a long time, this devalue stage, where she has literally started to get really sick of him, but she still needs him. The only way that a discard happens is when she has secured someone else in place. And as soon as that happens, Harry will be gone. But what I think is probably happening is Harry is getting sick and tired of her, because even though Harry, I think, is easily manipulated. He's also very hot-headed. And if you remember back when in Skip's wedding, he had finished things with her. He didn't want to be around her. Somehow she weaseled her way back in again. And this is when I said that I think there was possibly the pretend pregnancy. But along the way, if you are somebody that's quite hot-headed and is used to being quite independent, and even though he's had his family protecting him, he still does have some element of his own mind, even though he's off the rails right now. And this is why you're seeing the Harry that I think has always been there. It's just that he hasn't got the protection anymore. He hasn't got anyone kind of going, you know what, you really need to stop opening your mouth now and just be quiet, because you're making things so much worse for yourself. And Meghan is literally sitting back and letting him just do it. You know, there's no her protecting him, because if she was a loving wife, she would have been over here. She wouldn't have let him face his family on his own. She would have been over here supporting him especially at the coronation, when she wouldn't have left him to deal with the whole of Megxit on his own. She went off to Canada, and some people said that she was removed from the country, but you know, what was she? Don't know. Anyway, so I think that, you know, she doesn't care about him. She cares about herself. And so this is why I think that she has got someone else in her sights. This is why now we're starting to hear very public rumours of there is problems. You know, it has now come out that obviously Harry has been seen sleeping somewhere else, whether it be in these bungalows or this hotel. And I think the show, or I think the kind of this whole catastrophic lie that was the car chase was, I think Harry probably has got to a point where he's had enough, and possibly he's seeing, which I think he's probably seen for a while, how Meghan has manipulated the situation. The unfortunate thing with Harry is that I think he's gone so far down that hole of attacking his family in a way to defend Meghan initially, because I think he believed her. He believed what she was saying about the family, about how they're leaking all this stuff, etc. But he's gone so far now that he doesn't know how to claw it back. And what I believe is probably going on is that probably at some points he has probably reached out to his father, or he's reached out to his brother, and they've said, nah, not interested. And so what Harry does is, because he's very childish, is he then reacts in anger, rather than thinking, you know what, I deserve them to say no. I need to really work on working my way back in. I need to do whatever it takes. I need to apologise. Harry doesn't do that, because Harry doesn't understand how to do that. What Harry does is he reacts in anger, and then he comes out with more stuff. It's almost like, I'm hurt, I'm going to hurt you more. And in his weird way, it's almost as if it's trying to get their attention. It's almost as if it's, you know, we want you to stop, Harry. What do you want? But of course they're not doing that, because they're just letting Harry just do whatever. I mean, and it is damaging. I mean, there's no way we can't say that the royal family have not been damaged by this. But Harry and Meghan's brand has, well, if you could call it that, has been, I think, irrevocably damaged. And I think now she's a laughing stock, he's a laughing stock, and this will infuriate her. She will be blaming Harry for every failure that she's got now. It's like anything that's happened to her before would have been her father's fault, then it would have been the next husband's fault, and then it would be Harry's fault and Harry's family's fault, why she hasn't succeeded, why she hasn't she wasn't able to turn up to this new Gracie Award, apparently, because she had personal issues. Well, we all know there'll be varying reasons. One, the humiliation for her after this catastrophic lie that was the car chase. The fact that she's a laughing stock because of this lie, because they put the statement out, let's face it, they released a statement, even though they're terrified of the paps and everything else, but they put this statement out, which we would never have known about if they hadn't have done. But also, let's not forget that Christina Applegate was also one of the people that won the award, and she did turn up, and she was also in Married with Children, who was obviously and good friends with Meghan's father, Thomas Markle Sr. So it's a real concept to think that Meghan, who likes to be centre of attention, top billing, that's why when she's turned up to these other awards, they're against people that are pretty much nobody, because then it's kind of like, oh, look at me. It's like when she had this award recently, this one that she bought, other women won that award, but they didn't get any recognition. She turned up like she was the star of the show. Where was their recognition for getting something? It was all about her. Well, she can't have that when she goes up against other celebrities who win the award. It's about them. And we also know that Christina Applegate, who has been very poorly of late, is also someone who is very blunt. She says what she thinks. And so I think that Meghan would be scared. And if people think that narcissists are not scared, you're very, very wrong. They are. They're very insecure and they're very scared of people that confront them. And they don't like that. They don't like to be confronted. They don't like to go up against people that are very strong personalities. They hate that, which is why I believe that Meghan thought that she could win over William. And when he rebuffed her, scapegoat, that become, right, I'm going to get you. And that's when I believe that her friend then started, leaked this thing about the alleged affair with Rose Hanbury, which never happened. And he even come out and said, look, I lied, it didn't happen. But he happened to be a friend of Meghan's. And that's what she does. So I think that she doesn't want to go up against, if she unintentionally goes up against someone and they see her for who she is, she doesn't like that. And that's when narc revenge happens. But if she has the choice, to not go up and face somebody, she won't, because she won't like going up against a strong personality like Christina Applegate, and also somebody that knows her father. She's not going to confront that. She's a coward. She will hide away. That's why she doesn't come to things if she thinks it's not a sure win for her. She will scuttle away and hide away. And that's why she let Harry literally fall flat on his face. Nothing. She's like, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna support you in the wings. It's not about me, type thing. And so I think this is what is happening. I think possibly now Harry has actually started to pull back, and Meghan won't like that. And I think they're playing these toxic games within themselves in the media. And if she hasn't got somebody in the wings, then she will try to win him back. She will hoover him back in again if he allows it. Now, it's very possible that he might not. He might be like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. But it is interesting to me how all this is circulating, which leads me to then these photographs, which I will be putting up at the end. And you can see this person contacted me and said, I have driven down there a few times. There's even a picture, which I'm going to see if I can try and put it up. This person actually went to the store that Meghan was seen papped in, and I'll put that photograph up here. And she said, apparently Meghan was buying baby clothes for a boy. Now, obviously, from what I can gather, when she was papped, this couldn't be for A, because he's not a baby. So I don't know what that was about, but that's strange to me. So unless she knows somebody that's had a boy recently, but that seemed to be what that was. They did say that she was pleasant, but we all know that narcissists, especially, for a few minutes, can be pleasant. So I'm not even kind of taking that. But you can see by the photographs of the property, it is very unkept. The security is lacking, terribly lacking, to the point when you can see that the gate, you could easily climb over that. And it just creates, again, the speculation of they're not there. Because apparently one of the times that they drove there was in around Christmas time, I think 2021, I think it was, or 22. Nothing. And if you go, and apparently they said if they drive up the driveway and you can see all the other houses and they're very meticulously kept. You can tell they're owned by people with money. But yet this one is very overgrown. There's broken trellis. It looks unlived in. And this goes to what I've said to you before in my last video. I don't believe they live there. And I don't believe they, the fact that they also put this out publicly, when they very first moved from Tyler Perry's to this place, they were the ones that put the statement out stating where they were moving to. Why would you do that if you were so wanting privacy? There was a reason why I believe they put that out there, because they wanted it to be seen that they had bought this, they got so much money, they bought this huge mansion. But isn't it strange that nobody has said, you know, that they've ever seen them coming in or out? There's nothing, no photographs. And if the paparazzi are so intent on trailing them, why are they not camped outside their property? Why are they not following them around? I think that she might live in the area, but I do think that she either lives on maybe a smaller element of that property. Maybe there's a cottage on the property or something like that, that she might live there. But I don't think they live together. I don't think they live in that property, because if you haven't seen my other video, please go and watch that, because I show where I nearly rented that property out. And also what I didn't pick up on when I watched it again was the guy that when I added the video on the end of my last video, I missed the fact that he says twice they rented a property in Montecito. Twice he says this.
They rented a big mansion in Montecito, and they proceeded to be annoying. They had a big deal with, I believe, Netflix, and then there was a Spotify deal. So they came to America, rented a mansion, and immediately started to monetize the horrible things they had gone through.
They came here, they rented a property in Montecito. Why would you say rent if you've bought? If you've bought a property in Montecito, you would say they bought a property in Montecito. It's very interesting that he says they rented a property in Montecito. And I do think that's what they did. I think they rent that property to them when they needed to use it. Because isn't it weird how they never, like their mocu-series, that wasn't at that property. Something very untoward is going on. I think they've been lying to us for a very long time. And I have said this numerous times. I think they are lying to us about the children. They are lying to us about their relationship. That's why none of the royal family looked happy when they got married. The difference between that wedding and any other wedding, you can see on everyone's faces. Nobody's really happy, apart from her. But yeah, so I will show you the photographs at the end here. So make sure you stay to the end to look at those. But let me know what you think. But I genuinely do believe that these two have not been together for a long time. I think that it's coming out because she is potentially getting ready to get rid of Harry. And I think he's been in devalue stage for a while, but it could also be that he's had enough. He is getting sick and tired of her drama, because that can happen. People think that, you know, he might necessarily just want to stay with her. I mean, yes, it's a toxic relationship, so it's very much sometimes can feel like he might want the lovelier side of Meghan, that she's the mask that she puts on. And if she needs to have him back, she'll reel that in again. She will use probably sex too as well, you know, if that's also part of it, which I think probably was in the beginning. But if she has got somebody else in the wings, and as soon as that is locked down, which will be what it is for her, as soon as it's locked down, then she will discard Harry. It's exactly the same as what she did with Corey. She was still seeing Corey. They were still kind of living together when she was dating Harry. But as soon as Harry got locked down, she dumped Corey. It's the same thing. And that is what she will do. She will keep doing the same type of thing, and she will have people on the side. I mean, again, like I've said, I've talked about the bodyguard that she's apparently having an affair with. Well, isn't it strange how when she went to this award, her bodyguard was wearing the same colour tie as her dress? Does that seem professional to you, that a bodyguard would wear the same colour? I mean, her partner maybe, like Harry wearing the same colour tie, but her bodyguard wearing the same. I think she likes to toy with Harry. I think she likes to do things hoping the media will pick up on it. Like, why is the bodyguard wearing the same colour tie as her dress? But I think the car chase thing overshadowed that. And she become humiliated. It just backfired completely. But I think that's what she does. I think she toys with Harry the whole time. And I think he tries to play the game back with her, but it doesn't work because she doesn't have... I think Harry does have some feelings for her, probably from the beginning. And when she turns it on, he probably feels something again for her. But like I said, going back to this, the baby thing, which I've spoken about before, it's all very odd. The whole situation, I don't believe that they have a Lily. I genuinely don't. I don't believe that they have a daughter together. They never talk about her. She's never mentioned. She's never seen, apart from in the Mock-You series where we saw this strange child who looked larger than the age that she was supposed to be, different hair colour, just nothing adds up, nothing. And I do believe that there is an A, and I have said this, but I do believe he's here in the UK. I think he has a mother. And I think that the reason being is that, and then going back to then Charles saying happy birthday to A, wherever you are, it's because he probably doesn't really know where the child is. Maybe this is all been kept very, very secret. I don't know. And again, these are just my opinions. You don't have to agree with me. It's okay if you don't. But yeah, but as always, I look forward to your opinions on this. Do you think that this is the end for them? I think we're coming to it. I genuinely do. I think we are going to start seeing divorce happening, because apparently it's coming out that he's contacted divorce lawyers. We've never had this circulated before. Is he contacting divorce lawyers? Has he had enough? And if he has, where do you think he will go from there? Do you think he will come back to the UK? Do you think he will go off somewhere else? Do you think he will stay in the States? You know, what do you guys think? So yeah. So this is obviously the last video I'll be doing this week, because like I say, I'm spending some time with my son, but I will be back. I will be doing a video on my other channel, but I will be back next week. And when my birthday is all out of the way, because my 50th is coming up in a couple of weeks, which I'm very excited about. And I have said to you guys, I would really, really love, because I want to print them off. I'm not expecting anyone to send me a card because I know it does cost money. But if you could send me an email or something that just to say happy birthday to me, because I want to do like a little folder of, I've had a few people that are sending this to me already. So just some things that I can just print off that I can have as a keepsake, because it would mean a lot to me. I'm quite a sentimental person, and it is my big 50. So this would mean a lot to me, is that the people that follow me and support me, if they could just, like I say, email me or something and just say happy birthday, that would mean a lot. But yeah, so in the meantime, take care, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget that all of my links are in the description box below. You can email me, you can send me something in the PO box, you can buy some of my bubble merchandise if you want to treat me to a cuppa. The link is also below there, but it's also above. The little icon is above the subscribe button. You can become a member. Yeah, just all of those things there. And I do appreciate that I'm very lax on putting the members on the member board, and I'm so sorry. I just, my brain, honestly, I don't know why I forget. I remember it when it's not relevant, and then when I do remember it, it's like I can't do it. But I will write it down, and in my next video next week, I will catch up on all of my members and put you on the member board. So please, I'm so sorry, and I please don't be mad at me. I will do it. So take care as always. I love you and I appreciate you so much, but most of all, I respect each and every one of you. So thank you. Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye. So to me, why would you put out your address publicly And if you look at these photographs, to me, it really does look like nobody lives there. There's old foliage, overgrown foliage. It's not secure at all. Anyone can climb over these walls, these gates. No cameras, no paps, no nothing. So I think this goes together with what I said when I tried to rent the property out, is that they just don't live here, or she lives on a little cottage in the property to make it look like they actually own this place. But I don't believe they do. But let me know what you think, guys. Do you think they own it, or do you think this is all one big scam like they've done with everything else? See you in the next video. Bye.